Since the founding of our republic in 1963, there hasn't been a president who has gotten so much hate and disrespect from the citizens like William Ruto. The event that happened on Sunday in Migori County, where a member of a crowd that Ruto was addressing threw a shoe at him in the presence of his security detail, sent a clear message to Ruto that Kenyans are not happy with him. For the 2.5 years that Ruto has been in power, he has fallen short to the expectations that Kenyans had on him during his presidential campaign. His government has become one that oppresses its citizens, steals from its people, lies to its people, and even going low to the point of tear gassing high school students. All of this is happening under the leadership of a man who has been in the muddy scene of Kenyan politics for 3 decades. William Ruto went from being loved almost 3 years ago to the most hated leader in Kenya. The main question is, what went wrong? When you observe the current state of the nation, it isn't what Kenyans expected when they decided to vote in Ruto in 2022. Ruto became president because he sold a narrative of hope to Kenyans. He promised to end corruption in government. He promised a bottom-up economy. He promised an end to abductions and extrajudicial killings. He promised to reduce Kenya's public debt. He promised to respect the rule of law. He promised universal health care to all citizens, and many more. 2 years down the line, the president has nothing to show for. All that he is doing is making even more promises and promising to deliver on his current promises and his previous promises.
And I am here and I will look the people of Kenya in the eye and tell them there will be no corruption in social health as long as I'm president.
To understand the reason why President Ruto behaves in such a manner, we first need to understand the political system that shaped him. The genesis of poor leadership in Kenya started immediately after independence. Our founding fathers created and allowed a culture of corruption to thrive in the leadership class. This political setting created an economic class in Kenya where the filthy rich are individuals that hold positions of power. This status quo created a mentality within the Kenyan society that want to be wealthy, he or she must first attain a political seat. Corruption in government continued and grew during the Moi era. During then and until today, the Kenyatta and the Moi family are still among the wealthiest in Kenyan society, all because of money gained through corruption. During the Moi era, that is when young William Samoei Ruto joined Kenyan politics. In the 1980s and the 1990s, Daniel Moi was a huge role model to a lot of young politicians, especially those from the Rift Valley region. Moi's leadership style was about enriching himself and suppressing those who were against his rule. This happened throughout his 24 years in power. Things changed a little bit during the Kibaki era. His presidency was characterized by minimum corruption and maximum development. Kibaki is the only president in Kenya who was never associated with any corruption scandal. The formation of the 2010 Constitution introduced Kenya to devolution. Its aim was to take development roles from the office of the president down to the ward level. By this time, Ruto had ascended in the political ranks to become the first deputy president under the 2010 Constitution. During the whole 10 years of the Ruto administration, corruption in government became even bigger, thanks to devolution. In a press conference, former President Uhuru Kenyatta stated that the government of Kenya loses approximately 2 billion shillings per day due to corruption. In 2022, Kenyans voted in William Ruto as the 5th president with the hopes of having a better Kenya. As always, nothing changed. The Gen Z protest of last year was a turning point to the history of this nation. The message that the young people of this nation who were born in the late 1990s and the early 2000s were sending to the political class is that the days where politicians used to lie to ignorant citizens, those days are over. For a very long time, the young people of this nation have been neglected and misused by the ruling class. During a BBI conference, former President Kenyatta stated that if the youth of this nation are not properly listened to, they will end up causing a lot of problems one day.
We have a youth bulge that, if not properly handled, can be a time bomb that can blow this country to pieces.
Well, June 25th, 2024 was that day. Since those events occurred, the political class of this nation has been on its toes, facing constant resentment from the citizens both online and kwa ground, making the politician-citizen relationship in Kenya the lowest since independence. All of this is happening fortunately under the presidency of William Ruto.
That is what is significant.
They say that June 25th, 2024 was the beginning of change in the leadership of this nation. Kenyans are hungry for a better education system, for a better healthcare system. Kenyans are fed up with the mismanagement of our taxes and the rising debts that are hindering national growth, and many other things. If the Ruto government will not give the people what is rightfully theirs, Kenyans are very ready to vote him out. For the many elections that Kenya will conduct starting from 2027, the youth of this nation, people aged 18 to 35 years, who comprise of the largest demography, will be the deciding factor. Currently, William Ruto is very unpopular among the youth and among all the people that he has betrayed politically. In the next general election, he will end up losing the popular vote, officially making him a one-term president. But even if Ruto leaves power, Kenya will still have a long way to go when it comes to electing people of integrity, because the current option that we have now still comprises of individuals who have been part of the system.
Hiyo ni saa ile tumefunga bao.